All right, we're in here, man. What is going on, everybody? Thank you yet again for tuning into the channel. I'm your boy Zaya, back again. Social media platforms are represented on the screen, so be sure to follow me on any one of those. And today we are talking, or at least revisiting, a topic that we put out about a week and a half to 2 weeks ago, where we were talking about Nike QR codes, man. And hopefully everyone's up to date on this. If not, I will go ahead and leave a link in the description. You could go ahead and check that video and then come back here and move forward. But just a brief synopsis, Nike has issued a statement in which they let us know that they would be putting what are called QR codes on some of the 2019 releases. And at the time, we were looking at it from an angle that we thought, well, this QR code now will help to authenticate whether my product has come from a Foot Locker or a legitimate Nike retailer. At the time that I put that information out, unfortunately, I also had to put out more information in the same video showing that in Asia, they kind of had already mastered that art, that QR code, which the QR code is not even out yet. But again, you know, Nike chooses to send this work to make these shoes to these countries. So how they wouldn't figure this out is beyond me. And that was what the conversation was like, back and forth. Oh, well, you know, does Nike really care? If Nike cared, Nike would take it out of there and Nike would send it somewhere else to be made, and whatever the case may be. So I was able to reach out to a few sources, and I'm thankful that I have these type of sources that can kind of clarify information for me. And it's funny because 2 or 3 of the sources, while they don't know each other, they all kind of gave the same information, which kind of was able to help me to say, you know what, this is sort of the direction they're going in. Now, I want to go ahead and say that, you know, the information that I'm putting out is allegedly, okay? It is for you to take and decipher and figure out whether what I'm saying has merit or what I'm saying is bullshit. Either way, sound off in the comments. Let me know. If you think it's bullshit, then just tell me, yo, Zay, you're full of shit right now, man. Fall back. But if not, and you think it is legit, I ask you to share the video. I ask you to like the video. Tell a friend. Tell a friend to tell a friend. The people that this video is meant for, those are the people that I'm hoping are able to get this video before something goes wrong. Now, let me quarterback this for you a little bit, and let me marinate. It's like marinating a piece of meat before you cook it, right? So that QR code, I'm finding out now that that QR code is actually going to have information that will link that particular shoe to the store that it was shipped to. Why Nike would do this? Well, if you haven't noticed by now, YouTube has been plagued with early look videos. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some people that get the product directly from Nike, get the product directly from Jordan brand, and they provide you an early look. Those people have nothing to do with this video. There are other people that get their product from, you know, someone else who says that they have a hookup at a local retailer. Oh, I get these from a local retailer. Oh, my local retailer gives them to me early, you know, and for a while, people have profited off of that. Now, one thing Nike is very, very meticulous about who is profiting off of their product. They don't like it. They don't like the reseller, which is ironic because they've been supporting, for instance, Sean Weatherspoon. And Sean Weatherspoon is a huge reseller. So while Nike has sort of bent the rules in some aspects, they still have always been anti-reseller, mainly because why do we want our product being sold for more and we're not making that money? Like, why don't we just sell it for more? You know what I'm saying? But they've never really, I want to say, emphasized and put a lot into trying to change that until now. So that QR code is now linked to the store, which means that if the product is sold early and Nike's able to catch it, all they do is take the QR code, plug it into the system, It tells me that source is where it came from. And now I can check the inventory at that store to make sure that this shoe is supposed to be there. If it's not there, I can go ahead and cancel your Nike account, or I can go ahead and penalize you, send you less pairs. You know what I'm saying? Now, I want to give a big shout outs to all my people that work at Nike that fuck with me. This video's for you. All my Foot Locker people that fuck with me. This video's for you. Shit, if you work anywhere that has a legitimate Nike account, this video's for you. The whole selling early thing has always been sort of a tricky subject. Let's take Foot Locker, for example. Foot Locker is not allowed to sell you any Nike or Jordan brand product before its release day. Nike is extremely strict on that. So what would make you think that Joe Schmo on YouTube is that plugged to where he can just get pairs early? 10, 20, 30, 40. Now, I'm not saying he's not plugged, because there might just be a manager that's willing to give him those products. Maybe the manager doesn't like his job. Maybe the manager doesn't give a fuck. Manager cuts a deal with someone on the outside. Hey, I'll slip you these products. You cut me in on some bread. We're doing business. Well, again, places like Foot Locker cannot sell the product early. So if the product is being sold early by other stores, it kind of hurts Foot Locker a little bit, because now Foot Locker is stuck with an abundance of pairs that customers are not going to come out to get because they've already been able to secure it somewhere else early. Now, this is a lot of stuff that's happening behind the scenes. You know, there's a lot of stuff that I'm not really privy to. I'm not sure what the actual deal is with Foot Locker and Nike, but I know that Foot Locker, when they cannot sell their product, they pretty much have to, they don't have to, but they sell it back to Nike at a discounted amount, which means that Foot Locker kind of loses a little bit, you know, because they're not really getting all their money back. I've always been under the impression that Nike sells it to them for a certain amount. When they can't sell it, they sell it back to Nike, where Nike is still winning. So now with this new QR code linking it to the store, now Nike can determine which stores are selling the products early, which stores are giving these products to your YouTubers that are claiming to have products early. Now, that's if what they said was legitimate. If there's a QR code, and now Nike is looking at that QR code to set up stores that possibly could be selling early, then that means 2019, there's going to be a lot of stores losing their accounts. There's going to be a lot of employees looking for couches to sleep on because they're going to be unemployed. Here's another twist to it. Something that's notorious within Nike that Nike knows about and Nike has been trying to battle for a while is employees selling shoes. It's against company policy for Nike employees to sell shoes, or at least the shoes in their own building. Some of these Nike employees sometimes use the discount to get the shoes at a lower price and then to sell. Now, a few years back, there were very few Nike employees that would do stuff like that. Why? It was too risky. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if I, as a Nike employee, go on a Facebook group and post something for sale? You know, a hater could come along and say, hey, I know that guy. He's a Nike employee. Hey, Nike, look at your employee on Facebook group selling this product. And bam, he's fired. But a company has emerged. And with the emergence of this company came a little bit of breathing room for Nike employees to move product on the hush hush. And that is StockX. Shout out to StockX. StockX has made it to where you don't even know who sold the product. So I could sell the product and you don't know it came from me. The only person that knows it came from me is StockX. The buyer on the other end doesn't know that it came from me. So whether they like me, they hate me, it's still a product, right? They just buying the product, I'm selling the product, and StockX is the middleman. The problem with StockX is that all their information is transparent. They put all the information out. Let's go ahead and switch over. And we're looking at the Jordan 6 Retro Black Infrared 2019, right? This is set to release in 3 days. But it's been pumping pairs through StockX since January 17th. Hundreds of pairs, might I add. Hundreds of pairs have been sold to StockX before the release date. Where are these pairs coming from? StockX will always claim that they are 100% authentic. Cool. You know who gets 100% authentic products? No one? Nike retailers. Retailers with Nike accounts. If you are a retailer with a Nike account, well then technically you can't really be selling that pair early. It's against company policy. So now a lot of people are going to be like, well, you know, I got mom and pop stores that, you know, sell products early. What about them? Guess what? How often do you see Nike giving a mom and pop's retailer an account? It's not like back in the day, man. The mom and pop stores are now getting less and less and less. Now those accounts are bigger accounts with corporate companies like Foot Locker, Champs, Foot Action, Finish Line. They're not with Joe Blow's shoe store. Those smaller companies will be losing their accounts in 2019, 100%. A lot of them. Some of them will fly under the radar. Others that have played by the rules will continue to do business. But if they're selling pairs early and it has a QR code on it, they're setting themselves up for failure. Something that people may not know. Nike buys off of StockX. One more time. Nike purchases sneakers off of StockX. So now imagine this Infrared 6 had a QR code on the box. Well, you've got 200-300 pairs that are sitting right here that you literally could just purchase any one of them and now see where that particular pair came from. Oh shit, it came from the Foot Locker at Florida Mall. And I use this as an example. I'm not saying that my Florida Mall House of Hoops is doing anything shady. Not whatsoever. I'm using them as an example. But Nike goes on StockX, they purchase a shoe, it comes back, they scan the QR code. Oh shit, the QR code, it comes from the Foot Locker at the Orlando Mall. Well, guess what? Now that mall has to answer to why a pair that's supposed to be sitting in their back stock room, why is it on StockX? Do we have an employee that's stealing? Do we have a manager that is stealing? Because technically, releasing the shoe before it's supposed to be released, I think technically counts as stealing. Looking at this this Jordan 6, it made me think, well, you know, Jordan 6, it's a popular shoe. Let's check, you know, maybe it's just this one. We're going to look now at the Nike Zoom Rookie Galaxy. Set to release on the 22nd. Pairs have been pumping since February 5th. Where are these pairs coming from? StockX is going to claim that they're 100% authentic. Not saying that they're not, but I'm pretty sure Nike would like to know where those pairs are coming from. All their retailers are not supposed to be releasing anything early. So either one of two things is happening. Either retailers are not following the rules and releasing the pairs and then dumping them on StockX, because obviously dumping them on StockX seems safe, right? No one knows. I can just send it to StockX. No one will know it came from me. Either that's occurring, or StockX is now flooding the market with unauthorized shoes. Allegedly. I would like to think that StockX wouldn't be dumb enough to do something like that. So now we go back to Nike retailers. Who is sitting in a Nike retailer and not following the rules? To my people out there, man, Foot Locker, Nike, Foot Action, all those stores, anywhere where there's a legit Nike account, if you are moving pairs out of this store and you see a QR code on the box, you might want to think twice. That's just me. With Nike purchasing off StockX, at any point in time, they could locate it back to your store and you could lose your account. Which has made me think, why would this be happening in 2019? You know what I'm saying? Does it have anything to do with the fact that Foot Locker is now investing in GOAT? Why would Foot Locker invest in GOAT? GOAT is a reselling platform. Technically, I've always been under the impression that in order to have a Nike account, you can't be reselling. You have to sell the Nike product at retail. So now, what if Foot Locker is tired of selling back the shoes to Nike and losing money? Why can't we just, instead of selling it back to Nike, dump it on the platform that we've put money into, like GOAT? Thus turning it into a reselling market again, something that Nike does not like. So now there's a few things to think about here, man. The QR code. The QR code links the store to the shoe. I'm sure there's going to be people that are going to continue to be able to do business, but not sell the box. That's something that you're going to notice in 2019. If your favorite early reseller now tells you that he can't provide you the box, something to think about. Or will he go as far as getting the box from an unauthorized dealer, just the box, to be able to put his shoes in? There's a lot of things right now that we're playing with, we're experimenting with. But the one thing that's for certain, or at least allegedly is for certain, is that that QR code links the box to the particular store. Nike right now is targeting your early resellers 100%. This is the QR code to know whether it's authentic or not. That was the little sprinkle for us to kind of keep us, oh shit, look, well, now I can tell if my product's authentic or not. But that wasn't the true intention behind the QR code. The QR code is to now track where the early release pairs are coming from so they could plug those holes up. Right now, this reselling market is based on a ship that has holes in it, and Nike wants to plug those holes. Hopefully you guys understand where I'm coming from, and hopefully you guys understand the information. At any point in time, you could go on StockX and there's tons of shoes that are not released yet, and they have pairs sold and sold and sold, and it's just like, it's crazy. And the crazy part is that a lot of these shoes are not even selling for amounts that would justify what the amount of attention that you're bringing on yourself. Look, if we're looking on at this Nike Zoom Rookie Galaxy, 220 is the retail. Shit's 240 out the door. There's people here 265 I see a pair for. 275, 280, 260. That's 20 bucks. Regardless of the fact, QR codes are here. QR codes will be implemented. And as a Nike employee or an employee of any sort of retailer that has a Nike account, you might want to think twice or just move a little differently, because Nike's got their eye out. And there are going to be people that lose, there are going to be companies that lose their account in 2019. That's 100% for certain. There are going to be a few of your early resellers that I'm sure they'll shift gears and move in different directions and get product through other places. But to those guys, when you see that turbulence happen, just know your boy Zaya told you, man. Tried to tell you ahead of time. Go ahead, get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think, man. Am I bugging? Do you guys see what I see? If not, call me out on it. But if so, make sure to share this video. Make sure to tell someone. If you got a friend that works at Foot Locker, make sure you let them know so that they could tell someone. You know, it's time to start moving a little differently, especially in this resale market. I definitely would like to know what the intention is of Foot Locker investing in GOAT. I feel like that plays a factor in here, but I haven't been able to like really mesh them together. As of right now, all I'm thinking is that Foot Locker is tired of sending their pairs back to Nike. Why are we sending our pairs back to Nike and losing money when we could literally take whatever extras in the store, send it over to the platform, and be done with it? Someone will eventually buy it. Add resale. That's just me. Like I said, man, get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate everyone for stopping by. It is your boy Zaya. Social media platforms are represented on the screen. Be sure to follow me on any one of those. And until the next upload, I'll catch y'all, man. Everybody stay up, stay fresh. Peace.